Okay, so let's talk about images. I'm going to go ahead and click on images. This is going to bring in all the images that are available in Access, Cricut Access. So let's talk a little bit about this. If you click on that button, it's going to bring all the Access available images. And you can see it says subscribe. That means that I have purchased the subscription to Access, so I have the ability to use any project that I want that I find in here. And as you can see, there's 124,119 at the moment. If I deselect it, they're still there. There's a little more images. Some of them cost money now. So if you don't have Cricut Access, then you'll see that these have been uploaded and are available if you want to purchase them. You can see there's many designs. Okay, so your types, they're going to give you different ways to sort on these. These are cards. These are phrases. There are 3D projects, which are very popular. So these are layered projects. Okay, we have art type next. So we have a cut only, which means once you bring it in, you're just going to cut it and that'll be the end of it. You have a draw only, which you will bring it in, draw on your with your pens. You have a print then cut. You have a score. So these are projects that all have score lines in them, many cards and such like that. You have your image complexity, so you have a simple image. You have a moderate, and you have a complex. You have layers, so that's a single layer, and you have a multi-layer. Now, I do want to point out that these are mine and they say uploaded because I uploaded those designs in here. I also purchased some designs and I have some that are available to me because I subscribed. Ownership. So you'll see that all these are the ones that I uploaded. These are the ones that I have purchased. These are the ones that I have that were free at the time and I brought them in, so they're free to me now forever. Or they are free for you to download whenever you want. These are ones that I downloaded. Which I don't believe I've downloaded any of them, so it's just going to spin. Okay, we'll look at the brand. So you have different licenses that Cricut has. So they have the ability to give you these projects and they charge for these. Every once in a while they will show a Cricut mystery box where you can purchase these items at a very good deal. For example, I purchased a bundle of Star Wars, so now it's showing me the ones that I did purchase in a big bundle, and you can see it was a really good bundle. I got quite a few of the Star Wars for a very low price, or you can purchase them individually. So there's quite a few of those to choose from there. Then you have your materials, so these are recommended for vinyl. And these are recommended for paper card or cardstock and iron-on. One thing I do want to mention is these are all going in the right direction, but when you cut, you will need to mirror them. So on your mat, you will select mirror so that they when you cut them, they're backwards, and then when you iron them on, they're forwards. Same with the infusible ink. And then you have chipboard, which is more like a cardboard type of material. If you speak a different language, you can obviously check which one you want to see them in. And that might be nice if you have somebody that you want to make something for in a different country. Or if this is your native language. Okay, so that is Cricut Access. You can also look at it in a different grid view, more or less. And then when you select an item, it does just like you when you're uploading, it puts the green around it. It puts it down here and it inserts it into your mat. Into your canvas. Okay, when you bring it in, you can resize it like we've talked before. This one was the last one that I was working on, so I'm just going to go ahead and do a save as and rename this to an elephant, so I'm not overwriting my Christmas ornament. And now you can see it says elephant. So whenever I make a change, I can save it and it'll just do a save, and it'll just save over the elephant and remember the size that I have selected. So that's pretty much about images. They're fun to work with. You can also bring in an image and you can make changes to it, which we will learn in future videos. And if you want to just change the color to see what it looks like, let's just say that we want to, just to show you that you can create a block. And we will arrange that backward or send to back, either way. And now you'll see that that image is on the block, and then you can save this project and do something with it. While I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and show you the slice tool, because this is a very good example of what you can do with the slice tool. Just a very simple project. You'll select both by hitting your cursor and selecting both. They're both grayed out, or you can select one at a time and use your shift key to select the other, and now they're both selected. You can go to the slice tool. Now what it's going to do is it's going to slice that right out of that square. Now the weird thing about slicing is it creates three different things. So I always like to move the one that I sliced it out of, because then I can see what the remnants are. So you can keep these separate and save them, or you can just simply delete them by selecting and using the trash can over here, or selecting and just hitting the delete key on your keyboard. So now you can see that you can see the grid through here, so when you cut it, it will be see-through. So like if you were to put this on a t-shirt, then your t-shirt color would show through underneath the square. So that's what slicing is. Very simple. Let me show you just quickly a recap. So if I wanted to put a heart on here and say something like I love sewing, I could easily select this heart and then select my square. Again, go down to the slice tool, move it aside, and you'll see you have your two hearts. So I'll just go ahead and select both and delete. And now you have your heart cut out, your sewing machine cut out, And then if I wanted to add text, I could just say I, and then change the size of that letter. So we've got a font size of 72. That might be good enough. If I want to make it bigger, I can. Like if I want to say I heart sewing, maybe is what I'm trying to go for here. Select both, slice, move it out, delete those. Then you go I heart, and then put in sewing. Just typing it in, and I'm using the default font. Move it over where I want it. And now, of course, you can do the better job with this, but anyways, you get the idea. I'm going to select both. They're both selected over here. Hit the slice button, move this over, delete the words, and there I have I Heart Sewing. So that's how you use the slice tool. It's a handy tool to have. One last thing I'm going to show you. I'm going to draw a square, bring it down to the bottom here because I see there's a lot of space here. Now, maybe you want to put your name there or something like that, but this is another way you can do this. I'm going to unlock this that we learned in a previous lesson, and then select it, and then just resize it to however long I want and move it up onto here to hide as much as I want out of that box. So then I'm going to select this one, and I'm going to select this one. Both of them are selected. I'm going to hit the slice tool. And now when I drag my project off, a lot of the bottom is gone. So that gives you an idea of how you can make projects exactly the right size that you want, or get rid of things that you don't want, or make holes where you want them, and such like that. So that's a very cute little project right there. I know gray isn't the most wonderful color. We can change it to a pretty purple, and there you get an idea. So then you would cut this out, you would mirror it on your mat, and then you can do a heat transfer vinyl onto a t-shirt, or you can leave it like this, cut it out on paper, and then put a real pretty paper behind it, and then put it in a shadow box. So those are just some ideas on how to use the slice tool. So stay tuned for another lesson.